Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're gonna do some prison story times. Okay, all right, okay, all right, okay. My name is Nicole. I'm a recovering addict. Okay, so my name's Nicole. What's up? What's up? I'm a recovering addict. Excuse me. My drug of choice was more, and yeah, so if you had that, I was like, okay, let's hang out, you know. And so now my drug of choice is life. Serenity, baby. Serenity. And if you guys need recovery support or just want to come hang out and do live streams with this crazy ass bitch like me, hey guys, then this is the channel for you. So I wanted to come on and talk to you guys because I wanted to tell you some stories about prison. And I thought while we were sitting here talking, I would play with my face a little bit and shoot the shit with you guys. Hey girl, hey. Hey Michelle. So when I was locked up, so first of all, a little backstory for those of you guys that don't know. I was in prison for a year of my life. Why, you say? When I was in my active addiction, I got pulled over and I had dope in my car. What kind of dope? I had methamphetamine in a loaded syringe. So I was charged with a Class C felony, which is possession of substance. So that's the T right there. I got charged with that felony in 2008, and they put me on probation, right? So I'm on probation, and the first time I took a drug screen, I passed it. Well, honey, that was the only one I passed for the next year. And so I was on probation for a whole year, and I just kept failing drug tests, I remember my probation officer was like, Nicole, come on, get it together. I could not stop, you guys. I could not stop getting high. Even with the probation officer leering down my back, I still couldn't stop getting high. And that just goes to show you, like, the power that drugs and alcohol have on us is fucking strong. Like, even with, like, the law breathing down my back, I was still not willing to get sober. I couldn't stop. Like, I would try so hard, you guys. I would try with all my might to stop getting high. Do you want me to share with you all the ways I tried? Okay, here we go. My first bright idea was stopping taking pills and stopping shooting dope, and I'll just drink. So, what did I do? I started drinking morning, noon, and night all day long to stop my cravings to use. I would wake up in the morning, I would go down to the gas station, I would get a deuce. Then on my way to work, I would drink a 40. Then when I got off, I would buy a 6-pack of Modelo Especial. I was spending more money on alcohol than I did on dope. That didn't work out because I couldn't drive. I would be so drunk that I would be trying to drive around, and I was so afraid to lose my license, you guys. So afraid. So I kept on, hold on guys. How's that? I kept on, you know, trying to do different things. So the drinking didn't work. So I was like, okay, I got to try something different. So I stopped doing dope, and I just started taking pills. Oh, I'll just take Xanax. I'll just take Klonopin. You know, and that will make the obsession to use go away. That will make the want to use go away, right? Right? So, wrong. And the worst thing about that idea was benzos stay in your system for so long. So, it would be 30 days and I would still be testing positive for benzos. Hey, Anna. And so I thought, well, this isn't going to work. I've got to do something different. So I started taking pain pills instead of doing benzos. Still didn't work. I still wanted to shoot meth. So I just went back to shooting meth. Well, a year went by of me playing this song and dance back and forth, and my probation officer was like, I've had enough. You're going to prison. Now, let me just tell you how crazy strict my probation officer was. I could come in and be like, yo, I'm going to fail. And she would go, I don't give a damn, pee in a cup. One time, she came in while I was in the bathroom and made me lift my leg like this so she could look inside my panoche. All the way in there. Looking for something like I had something hiding in there. I said, what you think I got in there? Fucking wallet with some $100 bills or something? Nothing. I was not trying to fake a piss test. I was failing every one, you guys. Every one. Well, then I went in 1 month and I had to go to the bathroom so bad. So I ran back to take my drug screen. And my bladder locked up. Couldn't get the pee out for nothing. I was pushing so hard. I pooped on the floor of the probation office. So embarrassing. So embarrassing. I was on my hands and knees cleaning up this probation officer bathroom because I was so embarrassed. And she saw me. She was watching me. It was so embarrassing, you guys. This shit happened to me. For real. Like, I pooped in front of the probation officer on the floor. Because I was trying to push my pee out so bad. I was like... And it wouldn't come out. That shit was fucking embarrassing. That scarred me for life when that happened. Because... it was really embarrassing. So, lo and behold, she revokes me. She's like, I've had enough of you. I'm not fooling with you no more, Nicole. You're going to prison. You're going. Fuck you. Okay, fine, I'm going. So, I go to the courthouse. Oh, I hate it. And listen to me. Every time I try to pee in front of my probation officer, my bladder would lock up. So, I would have to push. I was like, trying to push that piss out. I mean, like, everything in my might. I would do those things that, you know, Kegel things, like flexing it and then letting go, flexing it and then letting go, trying to get the pee to come out. Even now, you guys, like when I'm taking my drug test for my doctor's office, when I go to get my Suboxone, if I know that they're watching me through that window, because they have to, but if they make it known, like, knock on the window to say, hey, girl, I'm here, go pee-pee, I will freeze the fuck up and I cannot pee. It does not matter what's going on. I cannot do it. Especially if it's a man, too. One time, Juan handed me my pee cup. And usually it's Lisa. I don't know what it was, but it so fucking embarrassed me that I could not pee. So... they revoked me and they sent me to prison. So, you know, I got to prison. I told you guys about how they deloused me and all that stuff. And I want to tell you guys about the time that we were there. The whole year I was there. When they had, okay. So the way the prison is set up, it's like a boot camp style prison. It's like a community of women, okay? They've got like 6 or 7 different units, and units are like houses. They're like big buildings that are just one story, but they're long. So when you walk in, you have like this big living area, right? And then there's a place where the guards stay at, and then they have this hallway of racks, and that's where we would sleep. So there was a really bad like outbreak of this like virus in the whole prison. The whole prison. They watch you when you go for your Suboxone. Yes, because the Suboxone doctor that I go to is like a clinic. So, and my psychiatrist is there, and my doctor, and there's 3 doctors that work there that can prescribe Suboxone, and then there's another doctor there for, I think, the methadone clinic, and it's all connected. So, yeah, they watch us through a window go pee. Because I'm sure people try to fake their test. You know how that is. So, there was this huge outbreak in the prison. Huge! Of people getting sick with this, like, flu and vomiting, right? It was spreading all over the whole prison. So what they had to do was they had to quarantine girls off to one unit and not allow those girls out. Like, we had to deliver them their food, like everything. They weren't allowed to leave that unit. And there was like one guard in there with them, and they were all sick. And the numbers kept on going up. Like 60 girls, 70 girls, 80 girls were getting sick with this virus. It's spreading all over the whole, hey Austin, all over the whole compound. So while this virus is spreading all over the compound, us girls, okay, it's like April, and here in Arkansas, that's like tornado weather, because it's like, it's raining. Oh, okay, cool, Austin, thanks. It was raining, and like here in Arkansas, I don't know about where you guys live, but like tornadoes they happen a lot, and people's fucking shit gets annihilated. So a huge tornado warning like went up, right? And so we had to so we got the girls that are quarantined in their one in their one building, and then we all had to go into the other building, which was like the very first building that you get like when you get to prison, they like take your name and your ADC number and all that, the whole. And we all had to line up against the wall and like, you know, like when you're a tornado drill, and you know, sit there and kind of like put our heads down. Well, it was just a warning, so we were all hanging out. It was like the biggest party of just all girls in the same room because it was a tornado warning. We had so much fun, you guys. So much fun that night. But I remember just being so scared because I was like, if this place blows away, I'm never going to get to see my family, you know? So I just remember like me and my friend Nikki and my friend Christy and then my friend Catherine all sitting by each other, like we were all lined up, and us like looking out the windows and watching the wind was blowing and it was raining really hard, and the lights would go out and then they would come back on. And you know, like in prison, like big people prison, I guess you could call it, like for violent offenders, they wouldn't let you out of your cells, you know, but we were just non-violent offenders where we could all go out and like be together and like hang out and just chill. But I'm telling you what, you guys, like meeting with my probation officer and having to like pee on the spot every time was so stressful for me. Like, it would stress me the fuck out every single time I had to do it. And I would be so upset, like, oh, because I knew when I went in there that I was going to struggle to piss. You know what I'm saying? And I would just be so fucking upset because I knew I couldn't leave until I peed. You know, my bladder would just, it was like, it's almost like my bladder it's like, I don't know what they call it, but I call it like you're shy, like your bladder shy, pee shy or whatever. But, yeah, that tornado situation was like a big old giant slumber party for all of us girls. And we all actually got to hang out in the same unit together. And we were so happy that we got to hang out in the same unit. Because usually we're all separated in different units, you know. I had made friends with the girls that were all in different units. Yeah, like we in the county jail, Jamie, when I first got to county, all the ladies in there, all the old ladies taught me how to like wash my clothes without, detergent. They taught me how to make hair ties out of socks, and they just like took care of me. They gave me fresh socks and underwear because I didn't have any whites. So the old ladies gave me stuff, and it was like a little community of women. We all knew that we were fucked, that we were in jail, and that we needed to just get along with each other. So we worked it out. 1 year, and 60 days in county. That's it. Not long. I mean, any time that you're locked up and you're not, yes, like a pod mom. Yeah. And we all would just like, so in jail, in county, they had this little TV up in the corner when I was in county. And so we would all like, they would put it on, I think, like the channel that has Married with Children, and it had Jerry Springer on it. And we would all just lay in our mats and watch TV all day long. So it wasn't too bad, you know what I mean? And we would call the guys on the toilet phone, because in the jail, you could yell through the pipes of the toilet, and it would go up to the boys' side. And we could hear the boys in the, prison, in the jail. So y'all don't understand. Like, the girls would be like, Nicole, there's somebody on the toilet phone for you. I've told that story to you guys too before. It's so crazy. So crazy. There's a lot of girls that I was locked up with, like in county, that I grew up with in Hot Springs, that are sober today. Like, I ran into my friend Kristen actually over the summer at the splash pad, and me and her were in county together, and her mom was there too. We were all three locked up together, and she's sober now. And so it's really cool to see people like get their lives together and, get clean and sober. I was in a little frisky mood when I came on. Yeah, that would. Tent City. Jamie, I wish you would make a video about that. I watch YouTube videos about Tent City, and I've heard like in like Oregon, like they have a tent city there too. So I was on Reddit earlier, and I saw this person, they commented that their mom is an alcoholic and that they don't know what to do. And so, you know what I was thinking? Certain way, and then they went flush. That's hilarious. What was I going to tell you guys? I think a lot of people are struggling when they have somebody in their life that's an addict or an alcoholic, because they don't know what to do. Because I've been seeing like a lot of people talking about, my loved one is, an alcoholic, or my loved one is an addict, and, they're just like, they don't know what to do. And it's like, so I was looking through Pinterest today, and I found this, it's like how to detach with love. And basically what it is, it's like 12 different ways to like not. So for instance, for me with Neil, I have to work really hard on not trying to like take over his program and tell him what to do, and let him be, self-sufficient, let him, live his life. And whenever we are used to trying to fix, manage, and control, y'all know about that, fix, manage, and control, FMAC? A lot of us, that's what we do. We try to go around fix, managing, and controlling everything. But, like, you guys, I cannot control anybody but myself. Now, I can influence the fuck out of somebody, but I can't control anybody but me. So, and that whole idea that I would be able to control someone, that's probably not very healthy of me to be thinking that. You know what I mean? I made a video earlier. I don't know if it went up yet, but it was about toxic relationships. And I was like trying to think back to see if I have had any healthy relationships in my life. And you guys, I haven't. Except for like my relationship I have now with Neil is the healthiest relationship I've ever had. Oh, Tabitha. So what makes you think, is he an alcoholic? Or is he just, because, you know, a lot of people just might drink. Maybe they're not. Michelle, I'm just going to tell you right now, like, I've never been in a healthy relationship until now. And it's embarrassing because I look back on it's not embarrassing, but it's like, what was I doing? All those years, you guys, I was just stuck in toxic relationships with people who did not give a fuck about me. And I think, like, the reason I stayed is because I didn't think I deserved anything. Isn't that sad? Right. I think it's the same thing. I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I let them treat me like that? Yeah. Does he not get drunk because he can't? You know what I mean? His tolerance is built up. Cashews. I don't know why, but for some reason I just feel like real toxic relationships are on my mind today. Like, I need to keep talking to you guys about that. So, for the longest time, I stayed with this guy who, I mean, he beat my ass. He would tell me I was a liar. He would spit on me. He would take a burrito and shove it in my eye one time. I mean, he was just horrible, y'all. Horrible. He had no respect for me whatsoever. Yeah. And, when I was with him, you guys, I did not think, like, seriously, I would have never left him. He left me. Because I was so insecure. I didn't think I could do any better. He was horrible, Jen. You want to know how I found him? We were on drugs. Oh, Anna. I'm so sorry. We were on drugs. I'm not sticking up for him, but I'm going to share a little bit about him with you guys. So, when he was growing up, his mother was a prostitute, okay? So, his dad raised him. And his dad was a hardcore alcoholic. Like, he was never sober. I knew him for 7 years, and he was never sober. He drank himself to death. Like, he died of drinking too much. So when he was growing up, his dad was, like, sleeping with a prostitute and got her pregnant. And that's how he came into the world. Well, when he was growing up, he was the oldest. And he took care of his his brother and his sister. And his parents, the prostitute and his dad, would be doing dope in the other room and lock them in the closet. And the only thing they would feed him was hot dogs underneath the door. So, yeah. And this is like a true story. One day he got out of the closet and he went looking for his dad and nobody was there. And this is in California. So he went outside of the house and he got a shopping cart. and he rolled it up to the window so he could get his brother and sister out of the house. Because they were starving. And this is the kind of upbringing he had. Then they were taken from their dad and put in for foster care. Well, that wasn't good. But their dad was so crazy, you know what he did? Do you know what he did? Their dad went and stole them and brought them to Arkansas. Because he wanted them back and he wanted to keep them all together. He loved them, y'all. He stole them from the foster care people and he brought them back to Arkansas. So, them, when they got here to Arkansas, their dad still stayed drunk. I mean, and he did the best he could, y'all, but he was a bad alcoholic. And he was kind of like mentally not right. So, they just got to do whatever they want growing up, right? Partying, drinking, smoking, all that stuff, right? Well, them, when they would get in trouble, their dad would, you know, hit them. And LD grew up hating women. You know why? Because his mom, you know, was abandoning him for drugs. And I think that hatred for women, like, me and beat me up. Because he really hated women. You know what I mean? But he didn't know how to treat people any other way. Don't get me wrong. When he grew up, he didn't have to beat me up. He could have been a good person and fucking treated me right, you know? But it was like, do you know what I'm saying, Michelle? It's like he didn't. I'm not making excuses for him, but he didn't know any other way. He would just do what he knew, you know? And so he beat my ass for years, you guys. Years. I mean, one time he beat my ass so bad, he bounced my head off of damn concrete. It was horrible, you guys. But you know what? I forgive him. I forgive him. He's dead now. And that's what I was going to tell you guys. He died in a drunk driving accident. He wasn't even the one driving. His friend was driving. And they flipped the Jeep. And LD got ejected out of the car and died. So, like when that happened, I remember feeling all these different emotions. Like I was mad and I was happy and it was weird. And I was sad all at the same time. Because it's like I had all these things that I wanted to know, you know. I mean, what I wanted to say to him now that I got sober and that I changed my life. And I'll tell you this much. He did reach out to me before he ended up dying, before he had that accident, and he reached out to me for help trying to get sober. And so I drove down to Hot Springs and I stayed the night with him one night at his dad's house. And I tried to help him, you guys, but he didn't want to, like, he said he wanted help. But then when I got down there and tried to help him get into treatment and get all the help, he wouldn't follow through. And so that's why whenever I'm talking with you guys about recovery and I'm like, you got to follow through, you got to, you know, you can go to treatment for 30 days. You can go to a couple meetings. But if you don't follow through with, like, staying on task, staying going to your meetings, staying connected to people that are in recovery, then all that work that you did at the beginning is going to be meaningless if you don't follow it through, you know? So, you guys, I see y'all talking about Jessie over there and y'all in the comments, and I'm just not even going to go over that girl's channel. Like, I don't even have nothing for her. So that's why I'm not saying anything about it. Like, I'm not even mad. Like, I moved on from that, you know? It's almost kind of like stalker status. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to sit here and stalker them. You know, like, that's weird. I'm not weird like that. But, it's all good. You know what I mean? Shit happens. I'm a better person than that. And so, that's the whole thing, you guys. Like, I can't live my life worried about what other people are saying about me. You know, I know that I'm trying to do the right thing. And I'm a good person. And so, it's okay, Jamie. I'm not mad at you. I'm not upset. I'm just letting you know. Like, I see you guys. I see y'all. Y'all got to understand. Like, here's the deal. I know that she wronged me, and that makes y'all upset. And I understand that. You know what I mean? But we can't live in the past. There's nothing we can do about it. I mean, what are we going to do? You know what I mean? Like, just let them do what they want to do. They're obviously going through something, and they need to process it. I don't know. Like, I can't make excuses. You know what I mean? That's their deal. Yeah, I like Raisin Bran. You know what I've been thinking about? I love peanut butter cookies. And I was thinking, I want to make some peanut butter cookies and put jelly. Remember, Jamie, I know. Listen to me. If I was the old Nicole, I would be so upset. But it's just like, I am like this new version of myself where, like I said, I just can't be bothered. Like, I was talking to Mad Max today. And I think Jan was in the chat too, in Bama. Here's the deal, you guys. I have 600 of you over here, 621 people who want to be around me and who want to talk to me and who look up to me for, like, to be a leader. And so I have to remember that. Like, 2 people out of 621 of you guys, psst, you know what I mean? And that's what I love about YouTube. It's like, you have to want to be here. You know what I mean? Like, you guys subscribed. And so that means you want to be my friend. That means you want to be a part of my channel. And that's fucking awesome. Like, I don't know. I showed Neil today the subscribers. I was like, look, we're up to 621. I hate my wrinkles. And he was like, oh my God, that's so good. You know, Neil, he's like, meh. He thinks it's cool and everything, but not as cool as I do. Like, I am so excited. Like, and now that you guys kind of like know that I have Patreon, I'm going to start like trying to do special things on Patreon. But I've got to get a camera first. Like, I don't know how we're going to do this, you guys. I love you guys too. And I know, listen to me. That's the whole thing. Like, I want us all to move on and support each other. Like, this, we're here to help each other. You know what I mean? Like, this is like our little family on the internet. And that's why I made my channel. You know, I'm not trying to become YouTube famous or anything like that. I made this channel as a form of support. So that's what I want it to be like a big old support family. And, you know, the more people we add that are new, things are going to be, it's hard because we're getting new people and we're growing in numbers. And so we're just going to have to, like, when we let someone new in, let's get to know them. Let's, you know, hold each other down. Like, I think that's what it is. It's like we're growing, and so new people are coming. There's new personalities that, you know, you guys are getting used to each other. So it takes a little bit to get used to each other in the comments and, like, kind of know how to read each other. And so right when you guys get used to each other, somebody else comes in new, and it's hard. Like, believe me, I know. It's hard for me because I'm getting to know all you guys. Like, I get to know you guys by how much you interact on the channel and what you comment. And when I go back and read every one of y'all's comments, and I try to go back and respond to comments and heart all my comments. So that's why I do live streams, though, because I want to get to know you guys more. I was uploading just regular recorded videos, and the only way for me to really get to know you guys there was in the comments, you know? But anyway. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, here's the deal. What I think I'm going to start doing. No, it wasn't, Michelle. And that's what I'm going to tell you guys. Like, this house is my mother-in-law's, and we rent it from her, okay? But, like, this is the nicest house I've ever lived in, you guys. When I was, before I met Neil, I was homeless, okay? And I was sleeping on people's couches. Like, no joke. Let me tell you all the couches I slept on. So when I met Neil, I was sleeping on Hunter and Kaylee's couch. Before Hunter and Kaylee, I was sleeping on Mr. Lawrence's couch, which let me just tell you guys about that. Mr. Lawrence is about 70 years old. 70-year-old black man. Cool as a cucumber. I'm talking about triple OG, okay? Like old school pimp. I'm talking like alligator snake skin shoes with this 3-piece suit and the pimp hat all the time, decked out. Drove a real nice Cadillac, and they rented me a room. Him and his girlfriend, her name was Nicole too, and they rented me a room. But we were all getting fucked up, and Mr. Lawrence. Mr. Lawrence got a prescription for Xanax and pain pills, right? So I would pay him $350 a month just to live there, you guys. And then I would buy all those pain pills from him too. So Mr. Lawrence, man, he was getting over. But we've always, like, he was my friend for a long time. Now, when I got sober, you guys, like, this is what I'm talking about. People that I realized, like, you know, I kept those people around for so many years because I still wanted to get high. Now, I haven't talked to him in 3.5 years because I know that Mr. Lawrence, he ain't no good for me. If I go around him again, I'll get high. You know what I mean? Well, long story short, him and Nicole had a baby, but he was also a heroin addict, shooter. And he ended up going back out and shooting crack and stuff. And so now he lives, I think, he went back to New York. Buffalo is where he's from. But they let me live there, but I paid my fucking way. Like, that's the thing, you guys. Like, I would pay my way to live at these places because I worked all the way up until I met Neil. I had a job all through my addictions. Like, I would work. And that's how I stayed high, because I had money, because I worked my ass off. Well, then when I met Neil, he was able to enable me to not have to work as much. And he would give me drugs for free. And then it was just crazy. Like, but, and when I say I worked, I mean, like, I worked, like, I went into my job high. Like, I was fucking high at my job. You know what I mean? But I never worked like a job. The only job I worked that was professional was like my job at the revenue office. And I worked there for like 6.5 years. And the last 3.5 of it, I was stone cold high every day. You know, and I lost my job because I was doing fucking illegal shit. You know, I can go around my old people and not be triggered. Well, see, I don't want to go, Jamie. I'm sure that I know what you mean, but like, I don't want to go around the people I used to go around, because the people I used to go around, like, it was just bad news. Like, they weren't bad people, but they're still in their addictions, and we don't have anything in common anymore. Y'all know what I mean? Like, yeah, they only do things like I said, stay up all night long or take pills all the time. And I don't have anything in common with them anymore, you know? Like, okay, so my friend Tara, the one that called DHS on me, she, for the last 6 months, remember I told you guys I forgave her? Well, ever since then, she's been trying to get me to hang out with her. Like, I mean, calling me all the time, just trying to get me to hang out with her. And, like, I cannot do it. Like, I do not feel comfortable, because every time I see her, I think about all the times we got high. And even that one time, like just recently, like 30 days ago when I saw her, I'm going to tell y'all what happened. I saw her and she told me that she had a prescription for Adipex, and I totally fucking asked her for one. But thank God she didn't have her prescription filled. So that just tells me, like, I know that my ass don't need to be going around those folks. Because, look, I mean, you guys, it's so easy to, like, I'm so glad you're so... Well, Jason, I asked her for an Adipex, and she was like, oh, I haven't filled my prescription. And then I was like, oh, my God, I almost just got an Adipex. I almost just relapsed. You know what I mean? Like, because if she had given me that Adipex, I would have taken that motherfucker and been speeding all around this house. The disease of addiction is cunning, baffling, and powerful. Adipex is speed. It's basically legal speed. It's a diet pill that the doctor prescribes you. It's an amphetamine. So, and y'all know how I was on meth. I loved meth. It really is. And, like, you guys, like, drinking alcohol, doing Adipex, taking a Xanax, taking a painkiller, taking anything, that's like a relapse. That's a relapse to me. Like, I cannot do that. No, Abilify is like, so I thought Abilify was for antidepressant. Adipex is phentermine. It's an amphetamine. I cannot take that shit. And so anyway, and I knew, like, I was going to take it with the intention of being speedy. You know what I mean? So I'm just telling you guys, like, even at 3 years clean and sober and taking a maintenance medication, like, I still have these thoughts in my mind. And sometimes I even, like I said, go and try to make them happen. And then I'm like, thank you, Jesus. You know, thank God it didn't happen, because I don't want to lose my recovery. You know what I mean? But it's so easy for that shit to happen. It just goes to show you, like, anything, we got to stay on our A game, you know? But anyway, Nate and Neil just got home from school. I just wanted to come on and do a quick live stream with you guys. Will you guys do me a favor, and when I hang up with you guys, comment down below on the comment section of this video when I put it up, and tell me what videos y'all want me to make. Anything, please. Just tell me some topics and some ideas. I love you, Sandra. Call me and let me know how everything's going. I really want you guys to give me some ideas, because I feel like I'm kind of getting to a point where I, like, don't know I need help. I'm in a mental block, and y'all are my people, and you guys are the ones who watch my videos. So give me some ideas so that way I can make some really good videos for y'all. All right. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.